Welcome back, pre-calculus. Let's try to get through 5 through 8 of graphing, identifying and graphing conic sections. So for number 5, I just see an x squared, which tips me off. We're talking about a parabola. If I want to find the discriminant, it's going to be 0 squared minus 4 times what comes in front of x times what comes in front of y squared, but we don't have a y squared. This guy here is going to equal to 0. 0 minus 0 is 0, so we've got a parabola. So I've got x squared minus 2x, save room to complete the square, boot the 12y and the 95 to the curb. Completing the square, negative 2 divided by 2 is 1, 1 squared is 1. We're going to add 1 to both sides. I get x minus 1 squared is equal to negative 12y plus 96. And so x minus 1 squared, when we factor out that negative 12, we get y. Be careful, when I factor out a negative, what has to happen? We have to change our sign, so y minus 8. So my vertex is going to be at 1, 8, so 1 up here at 8. Because it's x squared, I know we're opening up or down. In this case, it's down because my p-value is negative. My p-value for p is 12, so p is going to be 3. So 3 out from my vertex is going to be my focus. And then we know it's going to be 12 units across at my focus. So we're going to go 6 in this direction, 2, 4, 6. Maybe 6 in the other direction, 2, 4, 6 is this guy here. And then I'm going to connect those 3 dots to make my parabola. All right, number 6. I see they're equal to each other, so chances are we might have a circle, but it could be a hyperbola, so we're not going to go too crazy. We got 0 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1. Indeed, this is negative 4 for our discriminant, which is less than 0. We need to look at A and C. In this case, they're both equal to each other, which tells me we have a circle. All right, so we want to complete the square. We've got x squared minus 8x. Completing the square here, I've got negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Squared is going to be 16 for that one. And then I've got y squared plus 10y. Let's go ahead and complete the square for that one. Half of 10 is 5. 5 squared is 25. Now we're going to boot this 32 to the other side. It becomes negative 32. We've got to remember to go back, add that 16, and the 25 we did to this side has to be added to the other side. So over here we've got x minus 4 squared plus y plus 5 squared. Negative 32 plus 16 would be negative 16 plus 25 is going to be 9. All right, our center of our circle is going to be at 4, negative 5, so we're going to go to 4, down to negative 5, just right here. Our radius is going to be the square root of 9, which is 3, so 3, 3, 3, 3. And there is our circle. All right, number 7. I see x squared and y squared. I see one's positive, one's negative, so I'm thinking probably a hyperbola. Let's check it out. 0 squared is, minus 4 times my a value, which is negative 16, times my c value, which is 4. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16, times negative 16 is going to be positive 256, which is greater than 0. So discriminant is 256, bigger than 0, so we're talking about a hyperbola. Let's go find our standard form for this guy. I'm going to factor out negative 16 from my x squareds. And I'm going to be super careful because I'm factoring out a negative. I've got to change that sign of the middle term. So 64 divided by negative 16 is going to be minus 4x. We're going to go ahead and complete the square here. Negative 4 divided by 2 is 2 squared is 4. We're going to worry about adding it to the other side in just a second. And then I've got just 4y squared, so nothing to complete the square for that one. And then we're going to boot the 128 to the other side. But we are going to remember we added 4 times negative 16 here, which is negative 64. We've got to add negative 64 to the other side. So this is going to be negative 16x minus 2 squared plus 4y squared 128 minus 64 is going to be 64, which is what we divide off by, because hyperbolas and ellipses all have 1 on this side, right? Now be careful, this is negative over here, so really it needs to be on this side. So my positive's going to go over here. 4 goes into 64 16 times, and since it's positive, it's going to go first. Negative 16 goes into 64 4 times, so it's going to be minus x minus 2 squared over 4 is equal to 1. So our center is going to be at positive 2, 0, which is right here. We know for our y's, we're going to take the square root of 16. We're going to go up 4 and down 4. So for our y's, we're going up 4 and down 4. And since this y's came first, these are our vertices, right? That's going to be on our transverse axis, so it's kind of like our major axis, right? Our conjugate axis is going to be the square root of 4, so we're going to go to the right 2 and left 2. And this makes the box that we're going to use to make our asymptotes. So asymptotes go through the corners of those boxes and the center. And then be careful, it's vertically opening. Our hyperbola is going to go through the vertex and hug those asymptotes. All right, last problem, number 8. I see x squared, I see y squared. I say they're both positive and they're not the same, so I'm guessing this is an ellipse, but let's check it out. 0 squared minus 4 times 36 times 25. Negative times positive is definitely going to be less than 0. 36 is not equal to 25, so we are talking about an ellipse. This discriminant there is negative 3600. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull out that 36. That's going to leave me with x squared. 216 divided by 36 is 6x. Let's go ahead and complete the square. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. All right, then I've got plus, and I'm going to factor out that 25, y squared. Negative 50 divided by 25 is negative 2. Let's go ahead and complete the square. Half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. We're going to boot the 551 to the other side and make sure we go back and add those completed squares. So 9 times 36 is 324. And 1 times 25 is 25. All right, this is going to give us 36, x plus 3 squared, and 25, y minus 1 squared. 551 plus 324 plus 25 is 900. When we divide off that 900, we will get our final equation. Why do we have to divide by 900? For ellipses and hyperbolas, we need a 1 over here. 36 goes into 900 25 times. 25 goes into 900 36 times. And this guy's equal to 1. Our center for hyperbola is at negative 3, positive 1, which is right here. That's a hyperbola. I meant the ellipse. This is going to be a horizontal or a vertical ellipse. Well, we can look at our biggest number, but if not, we can know in our x, we're going to go to the left and to the right, the square root of 25, which is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is over here. And from our center in the y direction, we're going to go the square root of 6. So up 6 and down 6. And so is this guy going to be horizontal or vertical? A little hard to tell, especially the way I'm drawing it. But that 6 is slightly bigger, right, than the 5. And so it's a vertical ellipse. All right, guys, that's it for conic sections. After this, we're going to take a quiz. We've got a review on Monday and then a test on Tuesday. It's a lot of information. I hope you study hard this weekend.